What type of product requires double-wall jacket tubing like this in order to produce? I'll give you some hints. I think most Americans enjoy eating this, and it needs to be kept well above room temperature to stay in liquid form. That's why the product gets pumped through the inside tube, and hot water actually gets pumped through the outer jacket. This would be the inlet. The hot water is going to fill this pipe from the bottom up and come out this OLED on top. Then a jumper hose is going to feed hot water from this one up into this one, and so on. I've done quite a bit of work for Hershey. I've also been in a few Wilbur facilities, as well as an M&M Mars. So if you don't already know, I'm talking about chocolate piping. Jacketed tube is typically used in the production of chocolate. Heat tracing can be used as well. Some of the older plants still do that, but the jacketed piping gives a more even heat transfer, and that's why it's preferred. The chocolate is typically batched in large tanks in a hot room, around 110 to 120 degrees. It's no fun to work in those rooms, but you don't need jacketed piping in there. Single wall tubing is fine. However, once piping leaves the hot room and goes out onto the production floor where it's room temperature, jacket piping is required to keep the product liquid. If it freezes up inside the pipe, the pumps can't push it anywhere. The very end of the chocolate line is where the hot water supplies in one of these OLEDs and heads that way. The chocolate's going to be hottest coming out of the hot room on the other side, so as it's flowing this way, cooling down, the hot water goes in this end and flows the opposite way. They also don't typically CIP chocolate